Guys, I'm back. The world's first and only dark-skinned activist, Rashida Strober, the creator, the inventor, the designer, the architect. Hold on one second. Let me make sure this is not playing in the background. I am the reason that anybody speaks on dark skin, colorism, darkism on the internet, on YouTube, on Facebook, on reality television. I put this dark skin colorism thing on the map. That is a fact. I started dark skin activism in 1998 when nobody cared to talk about dark skin. They weren't talking about no dark skin because, see, you ain't been talking about dark skin until you heard Rashida Strober do it. Don't let me sing my theme song. Back in 1998, I started dark skin activism. I gave my historic speech, and I found the speech. It's right here. When I was going through my paperwork after I had moved, I started talking about dark skin through speaking at St. Petersburg College, because nobody cared about dark-skinned people. They didn't care about the struggles that dark-skinned people was going through. Nobody cared. The only other person that cared was a woman named Cola Booth. And from that point on in 1998, when I gave that talk, lecture, speech, whatever you want to call it, at St. Petersburg College, I gave birth to the first platform in history to ever advocate for dark-skinned people. And it's about equality. From there, I infused my creativity as an actor, performer, writer into dark skin activism. I've written the most plays and books on dark skin. Don't tell me about no Lupita Nyong'o. She's following after me. She's following the leader. You're not the dark skin activist, Lupita Nyong'o. And I will tell you that to your face. You are a beneficiary of my work. In 1998, I started dark skin activism, kept it moving to writing, like I said, the most books on dark skin, the most plays on dark skin. I'm the first artist, the first author, the first actress, and the first social commentator to focus my work only on dark skin. Years of development took place between 1998 and 2009, including building the first dark skin activist tour to produce my plays and darkism talks. 2009 rolls around, the advent of the, social media comes in. I create the first colorism channel, the first. Nobody's before me. They're all copying me. Then it started to pop. Now, mind you, before that, I had already gotten mainstream press regarding darkism and colorism. So all these people talking about it now, you haven't done anything new. I did it first, and you motherfucking right. I'm on here to say it. I don't care who's mad. I'm going to say what the truth is. Be mad. 2009, I brought the first dark skin channel, colorism channel, to YouTube. Nobody was doing it. Kept on working. 2014, Tommy Sotomayor contacted me. We got Crystal Swirls. The reason I bring her name up, because this chick watched one of my videos and started making videos about me. I didn't know who the hell she was. But Crystal Swirls, you stood up there and talk about Tommy Sotomayor this. Let me tell you something. That's old. You're just getting into this in 2020, honey. I've been the dark skin activist. Tommy Sotomayor, I've been on his show way back in 2014. You should be thanking me, because now you got a platform to speak. And you sit up here and holler about getting death threats. Honey, I done got more death threats than I can count for bringing colorism and darkism to the fore. Okay, so this is something that you did not create. Let's be clear. 2014, Tommy Sotomayor invites me onto his platform to speak on my dark skin agenda, which I did. Dark skin activism begins to pop more. People was hating on me. They were saying, what the hell is a dark skin activist? They were sending me death threats. 2015 rolls around. I was doing my darkism, colorism counseling. A client of mine, she was like, do you know who Kendrick Lamar married? I went and looked, seen who it was, and I went and made my post about what I felt about him regarding colorism and darkism. And then that post went viral worldwide. And I was made Donkey of the Day for being the dark skin activist and calling out colorism and calling out darkism by Charlemagne and the Breakfast Club. And lo and behold, that was the post that made everybody talk about dark skin and colorism. Because you ain't been talking about dark skin. You ain't been talking about dark skin until you heard Rashida Strober do it. That's how that went. People mocked me. They flocked to my channel and they copied the fuck out of me. And that's why you see people to this day, they're talking about dark skin and colorism. It's because of Rashida Strober. I started this. Bitch, you're not the dark skin activist. Let's get that straight off the top, off the motherfucking top. And for those of you that want to know the full, complete history of the story, I am writing. Actually, I've written, but I'm adding chapters to my book, Inventing Dark Skin Activism, The Rashida Strober Story. That is my book I got coming real soon. I also have my play that'll be coming up real soon. I'll be headed to Atlanta in a little bit to book a venue. Possibly a venue is coming to New York. It will be also pay-per-view live stream, which means anybody anywhere in the world can watch me. But of course, you're going to have to pay for it. It ain't going to be free. So I'm going to be letting y'all know where y'all can get y'all tickets as soon as I book the dates, lock everything in. If you want to help to produce this show, because I'm an independent producer, you can go to my PayPal, my GoFundMe, or my Cash App, and you can make a donation. Anybody donates $40 or more, I'll send you one of my dark skin books. Yes, I wrote more dark skin books than anybody in the world, and anybody talking about dark skin and writing books about dark skin, bitch, you copying me. You're not the dark skin activist. Now, with that being said, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving for the haters. Hi, haters. Hi, haters. Hi, haters. Hi, haters. Hi, haters. They're so jealous. They're so envious. But continue. Now, thank you, Lisa Jones. No Rashida, no Lupita. No Rashida, no Lupita. No Rashida, no Lupita. No Rashida, Shida. No Lupita. No Rashida, no colorism on social media. Now, let's move right along. Now, I wanted to talk about this to y'all on Saturday, but I didn't have time to do it. I was minding my business as I usually do. And I was on my Facebook, like I'm doing right now, on my timeline. And I see a post, World Star Hip Hop, with this light-skinned chick. From World Star Love and Hip Hop. All right. She was on there speaking about this light-skinned chick named Skye. And y'all know, I'm pretty sure y'all probably know who this chick is, from a show, a reality TV show called Black Ink Crew. And I saw this woman, first I read the caption where she was talking, where she said she wished she would have swallowed her son. And one thing about me, I don't just go off of what I see immediately on Facebook, because sometimes people be lying, they be publishing fake, false news on Facebook, and I hate that. If I'm going to talk about something, it has to have happened like for real. So I went and I looked at this video, and this woman actually did tell her son she wished she would have swallowed him, and nobody wants him. And I could not fucking believe my ears or my eyes, because I visually saw this. I want y'all to understand. I visually saw this. I want y'all to understand. I heard this with my own ears. This was not a fake post on Facebook. This was a real post. Shout out to the World Hip Hop people, because, you know, let me tell y'all something. I understand that people go through things. I get that people go through things in their life. I have gone through hell and back myself. I fucking have survived homelessness. I've survived poverty. I've survived having a very messed up childhood. I have survived all of that shit. But let me tell you something. What you don't do is you don't inflict that same. If you open up your legs, and for you men, y'all shoot y'all sperm, and you decide that you want to have kids, what you don't do, because you made that decision. What you don't do is you don't inflict that same damage and harm onto your kids. And I watched a couple of clips of this lady, Skye. She is light skinned. She's very light. Y'all know how she look. Let me go and do a screen share here. But I'm pretty sure y'all know who this woman is. And I'm just so tired of these ratchet females like this. They're getting all this shine and notoriety for doing bad things. I don't understand why we shine a light on the negativity. We already got enough. See, like I don't even need nobody to tell me about this, because I'm black. I lived in the hood. I know how, you know what I'm saying, the hood is. I know how people could get off the chain. I grew up with that. I don't need nobody to be broadcasting that to me on national television. I know how a lot of these black females is, a lot of these black men is. I already fucking know, because I fucking grew up in the hood around them. I fucking know what it is. I what I'm not understanding is biracial butterfly talking about why did you block me? What are you talking about? What I don't even know what you're talking about. What I don't understand is why are we giving screen time to these ratchet people? And another thing, the darkism comes into play because I feel like light-skinned women are allowed to act ratchet like this and act a fool, and they get paid for it. You see, this type of behavior has been going on in the hood. I'm not up here to sit up here to lie to y'all and sugarcoat anything. That's not what I'm going to do. I grew up in the hood, okay? Understand? I grew up in the hood. I done seen people fight. I done seen people been jumped. Hell, I done been jumped. I done been in more fights than I can count myself. I got 5 brothers. I done seen them get it down. Listen, I'm trying to understand, why is it that we reward the light-skinned ones for this ratchet behavior than we do the dark-skinned one? And I saw a couple of people say that they believe that this woman is probably going to get a reality show out of this. And you know what? If they give her a reality show out of bringing her, and let me say for the record, I know I said the darker skinned son in here, but make no mistake about it, I feel the pain. And I feel for both of them. The only reason I said a darker skinned son is because that is who she said it to. If y'all don't believe me, y'all can, this shit right there on YouTube. It's right there on YouTube. You can go and look up the video. She said it. I heard it with my ears and I seen it with my eyes, and I fucking couldn't believe it. Like how she was talking to this young man. That's why I said the darker skinned son. But the way that I've also seen her treat the light skinned one as well is foul. It's all bad. And I feel very sorry for those young men because they're scarred. And I know that feeling. I know that feeling of how it feels to be treated bad by a parent, rejected by a parent. Shout out to my dark-skinned father because he was good to me. I'm not talking about him, but I know how it feels. That's why I empathize with him. And I had to come on here and say something as a person that has been treated bad by my own, and also as a mother, you see. And one thing about it is this, teenagers, but I can't even apply this to her situation because this person, Skye, did not raise them up to teenagers. From what I understand, and any of y'all can come on here and correct me if I am wrong, from what I understand, she gave them up for adoption at a very young age. So you weren't even there in their teenage years. I was just going to say, I could understand teenagers get off the chain, okay? Because I had that go down with my own son. But never in a fucking million years could you pay me to even say something like, I wish I would have swallowed you to my son, or nobody wants you to my son, or something so hurtful. Let me tell y'all something. That digs at the soul. That's a dig at the soul. And this woman, y'all sitting up here, some of y'all coming up on here calling me crazy, but let me tell you something. You can fucking call me crazy. This is a double standard. Y'all will sit up here and call me crazy when I come on here and talk about people that have stolen my work and plagiarized my work. But we got a whole light-skinned chick out here that's on reality TV that's being celebrated and being paid for this very dysfunctional relationship that she's advertising with her son. And then she told her own child that she wished she would have swallowed them and that nobody wants them. But I'm the crazy one. I'm the crazy one, okay? I'm the crazy one, but I don't raise my son. I raised my son. I stuck by him. I went through all his teenage years. He's an adult now, made sure he got his high school diploma, and it was rocky because it's rocky with teenagers. It is what it is. But when you get pregnant, you sign up for that. The child did not ask you to come into earth, and this woman acts entitled to me. She acts very entitled. She acts as if these boys are supposed to be bowing down. No, you the one that gave them up. And people will always come up with all these excuses. And like I said, I do understand that people go through hardships in their life to where they may not be able to take care of their child. I understand that, but at the same time, I don't. At the same, I'm wrestling with that because I had a hard life too. I've had a very fucking hard. Y'all don't even fucking know the how. I'm a fighter. I'm still here to this day fighting. Okay, I've had a very hard life. I ain't never did no drugs. I don't drink. You know what I do? I drink green fucking juice. This is what I drink. Let me show y'all what I be out here drinking. Carrot juice. I I went vegan and I started fucking running. That's what I did. And I made up in my mind that come in hell and high water, I'm going to handle my business with my kids. And I am not going to make them have a bad life. They're not going to be homeless and on the street. They're not going to be without water and without lights. They're going to have nice clothes to wear. Lauren's hair is sister lock and it's very beautiful. And yes, I brag about my dark skinned daughter. She's very gorgeous and she's very proper and prim. And I have purposely done that because why should I inflict what I went through on my kids? This woman is dead ass wrong. And the darkism is that we are rewarding this behavior. Somebody said that they believe she's going to get a reality show. And I will not be fucking watching it. It's a train wreck. I mean, I watched a little bit of her. I couldn't even really stomach it because I was like, dang, this is vile. How do you fix your mouth to say something? And the young man, you could see he's like very humble and he was very soft spoken and quiet. Like his demeanor was not of anger and wanting to fight her like her other son. Now that young man is off the chain and I understand his anger, but her other son, the light skinned one, whew, but her darker skinned son, is his name Dez, y'all? Is his name Dez? Correct me if I'm wrong. But his demeanor, even when she was cursing at this young man, I was like, damn, I couldn't even believe it. Going off on this young man. He was calm. Y'all, give me a second here. Let me take this phone call real quick. Give me a second here. That was my light-skinned boyfriend, y'all. That was my light-skinned boyfriend. My light-skinned boyfriend. My light-skinned boy. You ain't been talking about that skin. You ain't been talking about that skin. You ain't been talking about that skin until you heard Rashida Strober. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Ow. Okay, so all right, y'all. Okay, listen, I felt bad for this darker skinned young man. I feel bad for both of them. Like I said, the reason I named this live with the title that I have is because I saw her attack verbally, and she acted like she wanted to fight her own. That's another thing. Why do you want to fight your own son? Oh, I mean, it was so crazy, y'all. It was fucking insane. Like, it's craziness. I would never, I'm telling you. And I could be a very strict parent. I'm an authoritarian parent, but I love you. My children know I can love them. I'll do anything in the world for them as long as they're doing the right thing. I just could never make them feel unloved or uncared for. And the thing is, you nobody's like necessarily bashing you for giving the kids up if that's what you had to do. It's how you reacting to them and how you talking to them now. You know, that just digs so deep in the soul. But I know that young man is going to be stronger for it because I've been walking on my own 2 feet since I was like a teenager, because I realized at an early age that shit, my parents basically didn't give a fuck. And I don't really want to say that my dad didn't give a fuck because he was old. And that's one of the hazards of when you have a older dad and a younger mom. My dad was 53 and my mom was 23 when I was conceived. So my dad was old when I became like an adult and a teenager, and he was sickly and he couldn't really, so I was kind of like on my own. I had a mother that did not care. She was not going to help me do anything. And it just made me stronger to be able to handle it and take anything and just stand on my own 2 feet. And to this day, that's just how I've been. I don't use drugs or alcohol. I feel everything. I run. I take care of myself. I got my master's degree. And the most important thing is my children. I don't want them to suffer. They didn't have to suffer like how I suffered growing up. Okay, not in the same way. Everybody got a struggle, and even to this day, if my son, shout out to Raheem, love you to death. You know, me and him don't always see eye to eye because of my very strong personality. And Raheem has a very strong personality, which I like about him. I want him to be strong-minded and strong-willed. We both have, he's not a weak-minded individual, and that's what I love about him. I'm the same way. We both strong. Like, I'm a fighter, a mental fighter. I used to be a physical fighter. Don't get it up now. But I've learned to use this. And he's the same way. And so sometimes we bump heads. But would I ever tell him that I wish I would have swallowed you? That's like so fucking low. If it was me, I know all these people out here hollering about, oh, forgive, fuck that. Sometimes you have to write people the fuck off. You have to write them off and you have to move on. You have to, yes, Celeste Shoe, you said, yeah, staying away from alcohol keeps you looking young. Absolutely. Don't, no. If you want to drink, get you some fruit or vegetable juice. I'm a very health conscious person. I believe in taking care of yourself, taking care of your mind and your body is very important. Okay. If my son ever decided he wanted to come on and start vlogging, making YouTubes from his experience with me, I'm not going to stop him. I'm not going to bash him. I'm not going to stop. Now I might come out and say, if there are some discrepancies, I'll say, well, this happened but his truth and his experience is his truth and his experience with me growing up. It's who am I as another human being to tell somebody else how to feel? We can't do that. That's the problem with people. And I think that's this person's problem, Skye, trying to control or getting upset at how her kids respond to what has happened to them. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Biracial butterfly. What? I don't understand. Why are you coming on here arguing with me today? I'm like, I don't get this, but I'm going to read what you said. I would love to debate you. Rashida, I would sweep the floor with you. Okay. You know what to do. My email is darkskinIsBeautifulCampaign@gmail.com. You can email me. My website is darkskinactivist.com, aka colorismactivist.com. Listen, I never turn anybody down. You just have to be serious. I never turn anybody, but just make sure you come with your A game. Make sure you're prepared because it's not going to be a joke. It ain't going to be no game. I don't play no games when it comes to intellectual debates. I don't fucking play no games. I'm built for this. I'm ready. Let's go. You know what to do. Yeah, I would never say that to my son. Like, and she said that to this young man. I could not believe it. Like, I just was floored. I was just floored when I heard this come out of her mouth. And I'm thinking to myself, what fixates this woman's mouth to just, I understand we say things in the heat of emotion, but that was just too much. That's something deep down in the bowels of your soul where you feel some people, like I said, they feel angry at other people because of what they have done. You should never take your anger out on other people. It's important. You should, if you're angry about something, somebody upsets you, or deal with the issue or deal with the person that upsets you. Don't take out your anger and vengeance on innocent people. And this woman she said that she claimed that he stole from her son, Dez. I think somebody said that's his name. Hope I'm saying his name right. But even if I don't know if he stole from her or not. We don't know. And I don't like accusing somebody without proof. But even if he did steal from her, it's just a better way to handle that if that's your son than to use those types of words, because that's scarring. Like, if your child steals from you, then you can repair that. You can fix that. You can fix that with talking to them, reasoning with them, different things you could do, making them go to work, you know, and at this stage, he's a grown young man. You can't like make him do anything, but talking to, having a conversation, or maybe cutting him out, anything but use it, because you can't take back what you said. Telling your child, if you telling your child you wish you would have swallowed them, that means you wish they weren't in existence, and that's deep. That's low. It's low, y'all. It's just really low, and I just it made me angry, but more so it made me sad. It made me sad because the young man, if y'all go and y'all look at this video, he looks sad. He looks very hurt, disappointed. I don't see anger. I didn't see anger in him. I saw a lot of sadness. And how could you not have compassion on your own flesh and blood? Like, I just don't understand that logic. Like, I fucking don't get it. I don't get it. It's actually mind-boggling to me. As a mother, it's mind-boggling to me. Like, it's just, especially for a child you didn't raise. When you don't raise a child to adulthood or even to teenagehood, and you leave that job to someone else, then you have to take responsibility for how they came out. If it's negative, you have to take responsibility for that, because you're the one. That's the thing. I feel like the victim is getting blamed for being the victim here in this case. And I don't like it. It was just so disgusting, y'all. And yes, it was her darker skinned son. Her darker skinned son. I'm finna share my screen with y'all. Give me a second. Give me a second. Yep. Now there go her sons right there. Now anybody with eyes can see that this young man is darker skinned than this young man. Anybody with eyes can see that. The young man on the left is like, he light skinned. I would consider him to be light skinned. Okay. And the darker skinned one, he just has a look of humility on his face to me. That's just my impression when I saw him. He just has a humble look. I don't know. It's just something about him, just an innocent, childlike kind of look. And just for her to talk to him, not saying that the other one doesn't, but I just see that in him. It's like some people, you could just see it. It's just terrible. And I hope that this woman, y'all sitting up here talk about, I can't get over how y'all say I need counseling and I'm crazy and I'm this and I'm that. Like, I can't get over that. It's a double standard. It's a double standard. I always say for dark-skinned women who act out, this woman is a lighter-skinned woman, and she has been able to catapult herself to fame and money with her attitude. She fights. She's very violent. I watched a couple of clips of her on Black Ink, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I'm not a fan of that show at all. I don't watch the show like that. But this lady is violent. She has a violent streak. She likes to fight. And her violence lashed out on her own son. Like, on your own son? Like, come on, now. You don't do that. Not to your own child. I mean, again, you should want better for your children than what you had. If you grew up in a negative environment, if you grew up having a fight, if you grew up having to, you should want better for your child. And I even will go so far as to make the case, and I've been saying this for a long time, and I'm going to start really hammering in on this, y'all. I agree, Naya. You said she used them for a storyline. I agree with you 1,000%. And that's wrong. That's wrong. You shouldn't. Certain things. Here's the thing. If you really sincerely, truly want to make amends with your kids, okay, I can understand that. If you for real want to make amends and love them and have a relationship, I'm cool with that. But don't exploit them more than what they, or cause them pain than what they've already gone through. That's fucked up right there. That's some vile shit. And here's the thing I want to say to y'all. I have been of the belief in making statements a lot lately, and I've developed this mindset over time based on my own experience of growing up in poverty with a mother that didn't fucking care and left me to fend for myself, basically, that perhaps we should stop procreating. People like this, Skye, is an example among many others as to why some of us should not procreate, as to why some of us need to consider not giving birth. And I'm talking about the men and the women, because it takes a man and a woman to make a child. If you know that you are dysfunctional, and this applies to Rashida Strober, I'm not just talking about people and just like, I'm talking, if you know that you are a dysfunctional human being, why would you procreate and bring human beings in existence to where they're gonna have to fucking suffer? Okay, a lot of people copy me. Y'all will call me crazy, and then y'all will turn around and fucking copy me. On my Facebook page, I wrote a little summary where I explained why dark-skinned people should stop having kids. Okay, they mock me, then they copy me. They'll mock me for saying this, and then they'll turn around and copy me. And we know that light-skinned people can have dark-skinned kids as well. It goes both ways. But my thing is, if you stop having kids, because think about what the children are born into. Darker-skinned children are born into fucking destruction. You got to deal with darkism, colorism, racism. If you come from a poor family, you got to deal with overcoming that poverty. And if you darker skin, you gonna fucking catch hell. Nobody can tell me, because I lived it. That's how I fucking know. You can't tell me. I fucking know. And I'm teaching my daughter from a young age. I'm letting her know, you better get some money and some wealth. Get some wealth before you go out here and have children. You get some wealth, education, some morals, some maturity, and a husband, and then you have children. Having children in dysfunction is a form of violence against children, as far as I'm concerned. Having children in a dysfunctional environment, knowing that you are a dysfunctional person, is a form of violence against those children. So why would you keep reproducing if you know that you have all these problems? It's selfish. It's very selfish. The kind thing to do is to say, I'm not going to reproduce. The humane thing to do is say, I'm not going to reproduce. I mean, yes, I'm saying this, y'all. Some of y'all gonna disagree with me. Y'all gonna say I'm crazy. Then people are gonna turn around and copy me. But I'm just trying to come up with a solution to the problem of the constant abuse and neglect that I see going on in the Black community. And it's worldwide, but I'm Black, so I'm speaking on what's going on in the Black community. Celeste says, raising children in poverty should be considered neglect. I almost want to agree with you. I almost want to agree with hi, only the truth. I almost want to agree with you. And Andre Delaney says her mother has mental issues. I didn't know that. I just think that we have to find some kind of way to get the message across to our community that think before you have children. If you're in a certain type of dysfunctional situation, whether it be you don't have enough money, whether you're in poverty, whether you lack resources, whether you might have some type of mental illness, whether you're in a abusive relationship, somehow we need to start to think up with our heads and not with what's between our legs for the man and the woman. And I just wish that if I had my way, I would make that happen, because I'm tired of seeing children lives messed up because they did not choose to be born into dysfunction. They didn't choose that, y'all. You got to understand, they did not choose that. They did not choose that. You chose that for them. And this does not apply to people that are victims of rape. I'm not talking about those type of people. I'm talking about people that have regular intelligence and cognition, and they know that this is something that could possibly be detrimental. People aren't stupid. It's just sometimes we don't care. We don't give a damn. We don't care. We don't care. Celeste, you're right. She says, even if you have mental issues, you can raise children in a comfortable environment if you marry a man with resources. I agree. TRBRC podcast says, Black women need to come together and date Black men. Black men need to marry multiple Black women. Uh-oh. I'm not for sharing. I can't. I agree with you on the first part. But no, I'm not. I don't like the polygamy stuff. I don't want to share my man. That creates too many problems. I can't share my light-skinned boyfriend with y'all. No. But yeah, y'all. I hope that this woman, away from the cameras, because it seems like the cameras heighten shit. I hope that this woman and her sons, away from the cameras, go get some form of counseling to try to repair. But I'm not sure if it's repairable from what I see. And if this is real, if it's really reality television, like it's real, like they saying, like I said, maybe the best course of action for the young man is just to move on. Just to move on. I know I cut off my mom when I didn't have children. I'm gonna be honest, I cut them off. They didn't know where I was for like 3 years. I had been treated so bad that I said, I got myself together. I got my apartment. I got a car. I was enrolled in college. I did all this on my own. And some people that I didn't know, they did come along and help me. And I cut my mother off. They did not know where I was for about 3 years. And they was looking for me, and I was doing just fine without all the drama. And the reason why I brought them back is because I had a child. That's it. But other than that, sometimes you have to cut people off. And even if they're family members, if they're toxic, if they don't mean you any well, if they're mean to you, that's one thing I can't take. If a person is nasty and mean to me, I'm a person that needs a lot of fucking love and extreme, because of what I've been through. I cannot take people being, I'm talking about in my personal circle is what I'm saying. Now, people that's on the outside that want to come for me, okay, listen, I'm ready. I'm always ready. That ain't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about in my personal life, in my home, in my circle. If you are a nasty, that's another thing I want to say to dark-skinned women. If you are a nasty, mean woman or man, I cannot deal with you. And dark-skinned women, don't get with a man that's nasty and mean to you. He don't need to be no punk. That ain't what I'm saying. I'm saying he needs to treat you with respect and kindness. I cannot take a mean man. I will leave a man. Kiana of Old Stone says, are you a Pisces? No, I'm not a Pisces. I'm actually a Capricorn. But I seem to attract Pisces men all the damn time. I don't know what it is, but they always, Pisces, that's always just comes to me. It's the weirdest thing. But I'm a Capricorn. I'm not a Pisces. I cannot take mean men. You have got to show me that you are a nice human being, or I will not deal with you. Okay. I will not deal with you. And on that Pisces thing, I generally find that the Pisces men, they're nice. They're nice to me. I do get along really good with Pisces men. I'm not going to even tell you that lie. For some reason, it's like a really, really good match 99% of the time. Sometimes there's some disagreements, but I will be honest. It's funny that you mentioned that. Kiona of Old Stones. My best matches have been with a Pisces. Yeah. And then secondary to that is the Scorpio, but it's been the Pisces that's been the best match for me, strangely enough. Yeah. If the man is not going to treat you with respect and kindness, and I give it in return. I'm not saying you got to give it in return, because I'm a real loyal person. I give you, if I love you, I'm like 1,000,000% down for you. Like, it is what it is. But I just cannot. So what you should do is cut these people off. I would cut her off. If it was me, I'd cut her off. And maybe in that cutoff time, maybe she'll come to her senses and realize, hey, I got to do better, and go get some counseling and really try to. But if it was me, I would cut her off and move on with my life. Yes. Yes. Well, happy birthday, Kiona. Happy birthday to you. I would cut her off. I know that's your mom. It might hurt you to do so, but sometimes you have got to cut out toxic people. And when I cut my family out my life, I started doing better. I did. I was doing so great. And I realized I could stand on my own 2 feet. I don't need you. I mean, do I want good people in my life? Of course. Who doesn't want love and good people? But again, if these people are your family and they're toxic and they're going to treat you any kind of way and talk to you any kind of way, you need to get rid of them. You need to just do the cutoff. Simple as that. Cut them off. And that would be my recommendation, because at this point, it seems like the drama is going to be ongoing. It's going to be ongoing. And again, if you put distance between someone, it will give them a chance to think about their behavior and maybe correct their behavior. And that way you don't have to be caught up in the storm. And this is after, I'm not just saying it's like after you've been tried to repair, but if you see that the person is just wilding out and too crazy, you have got to distance yourself. And I've seen some other people making the points that the way that this woman, Skye, has treated her sons is going to make it a little bit more difficult for them in relationships, dealing with, the opposite sex. It may impact that because of the negativity. I mean, like, again, I keep seeing a picture in my head of how she was going at her son. She was so angry. She was going at him like he was a dude that she might have been dating and having a fight with. You don't fight with your son like that. It just didn't make any sense. But in order to save that young man's sanity, I cut her off and move on with my life. I would improve myself, open up a business, go to college, go to work, whatever it is to self-improve. That's what I would do. And I'll just keep it moving, because that woman is toxic. She's toxic and she's very violent. And then I seen, and I can't believe the show allows that. That's another thing. I'm like, how do these reality shows allow these people to be so violent? Like, this lady is violent. I saw her in a couple of clips where she was fighting all over the place. You fighting people. Like, what the hell? Is this? We've replaced quality television, quality TV shows with reality TV like this? Like, really? I see this in the hood. Why do I need to watch this on TV? It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. And Andre Delaney said, you didn't see the response video she made, no remorse at all. That's the one I'm talking about. She was in the video acting like she was on some drugs. To me, that's what I seen. And she's soulless. I see a woman that has no soul. People like that I can't be around, because I don't trust them. They'll do anything. I don't care if you got money. I don't care if you're on television. It seems to me she has no soul, because after doing that, why not say I'm sorry? Well, if you're not sorry, I guess, I don't know. All I know is it was low down. It was despicable. It was classless. It was terrible. And God looking down on everything we do, and God looking down on what we do to our kids, what we do to old people. They say the society is measured by the way the old people are and the children are treated. And I believe that. And this woman, she just has no regard. I could not get over it. I could not get over it. And it's like, it's the saddest part of it is that this is being praised. She's getting paid for this behavior. She's getting fame for this behavior. Why are we giving this woman fame? But again, darkism has a lot to do with that again, because light-skinned women are able to get away with it. They can act a fool, they can cuss, they can fight people and get paid for it. When dark-skinned women behave like this, oh man, it's always detrimental to us. Okay? It's always detrimental. And it seems like Kiana of Old Stone says that's that light-skinned mentality. She ain't wrong in her mind, and niggas still gonna like her pick, so why should she care? Exactly. You're exactly right. Because what I also noticed is that guy Caesar, he seems to side with her. And the guys on the show, they side with her behavior. Well, they got a whole bunch of light-skinned chicks on there anyway. They're darkest as far as I'm concerned, a lot of them. But they seem to, they praise and condone her behavior. They praise and condone that woman's behavior. And that's what light-skinned women get. When they act like that, black men will praise and condone the way they act. They will get prizes for it. The prize is telling them that they're beautiful. The prize is continuing to date them. The prize is putting them in an economic position to get money. Black men will help these violent ratchets get money. That's what they do. Yeah. That's what they do, and that's what I see. So that's why I say I'm not a fan of that show at all. I'm not a fan of that show, not one bit. The only reason why I went and watched some stuff is because, like I said, I seen that caption, that headline where this woman was saying she wished she would have. It was so outrageous, you know. People always putting outrageous stuff on social media and stuff like that. But it's just terrible. It's just terrible how the black men sit back on that show from what I saw and they coddle her. You know, they encourage her behavior and they give her a pass because she's light-skinned. A dark-skinned woman could not do that. A dark-skinned woman would have to come on there and act like she has some sense. Okay. A black man would expect a dark-skinned woman to bow down to her. Okay. On the show. Yeah. She gets away with this type of behavior. Getting all up in people's face, fighting people, all kinds of ignorant, ratchet hood stuff that I saw growing up. It's very ignorant. It's very ratchet. And it just doesn't make no sense, man. I'm telling you, it's just, it's unfair. And I'm saying it's unfair because ratchet behavior by light-skinned women gets a pass. But ratchet behavior by dark-skinned women end up in jail, end up with criminal records. And it's just, so that's my whole take on it. Like I said, her son, I would cut my losses and cut her loose and go about my business and live my life and keep it moving. And that's what I would do. But I mean, I can't tell nobody what to do. I'm only here to give my take on it because they put their business out on social media. And if you're putting your business out on social media, then people are going to critique you. That's the way it goes. You're going to get critiqued, and that's just what it is. People often get mad when people talk about the celebrities that they like. That's so stupid. These people are celebrities because of the people. When you sign up for reality TV, when you even come onto YouTube and put your views out, you're signing up to be talked about and get critiqued, whether it's good or bad. That's how it goes. If you don't like that, then you don't need to be on reality TV. You don't need to be on the internet. People talk about me all the time. I don't give a damn. It is what it is. And I'm not even famous like that. But that's what I would do. I would just cut my losses and keep moving. It is the world's first and only dark-skinned activist. Make sure y'all like this video. Make sure y'all like this video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all hit the notification bell so when I go live, you guys will be notified that I'm live and I'm here. Also, I want to let everybody know that I do read the chat. What do you mean, TRBRC podcast? You said Rashida barely read her chat. I do read the chat. I'm looking at the chat right now. I'm talking and looking at the chat. I go back and forth. It's kind of hard though when you're just one person though. You got to understand that. But I want to let everybody know that I'm getting very close to booking a venue for my Dark Skin Activist Tour featuring my creative works. It's going to either be my play, A Dark Skin Woman's Revenge, that I'm going to be performing, or one of my other creative works that I wrote. And as soon as I get the venue and everything locked in, I'm going to let you guys know where you can purchase your tickets, which will be either you can come and see me in person if you're in the city that I'm in, or you can watch live stream pay-per-view, meaning you can watch me from anywhere in the world. Now, if you want to contribute to helping me to produce the show, you can give to my PayPal at icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. And I'm going to put that in the chat box right quick. You can also give to my GoFundMe, and I'm going to put my GoFundMe link in the chat box. You can also Google Rashida Strober GoFundMe as well, and it's going to pop right up. But you can go to my GoFundMe, and I'm going to put that in the chat right now. Or you can go to my Cash App. Now, my Cash App, you put a $sign first, and then the word Rashida Lala. So $, Rashida Lala, and you can give to that. Now, the money goes towards paying for the venue, because I'm an independent self-producing artist. I have to pay for the venue. I have to pay for the travel. I have to pay for the tech. I have to pay for everything. And I don't know if any of you have ever produced a show of any kind. I have no idea. But let me tell you, if you are a self-producing artist, then you are responsible for all the costs. And that's why I'm always raising funds, no matter what these haters say on here. I have produced show after show. I've produced many shows already. It's an ongoing tour. I'm never going to stop producing my shows. So I'm always asking for my supporters to help me out. Give me a second. Never mind, y'all. I'm not going to answer that call. Yeah, so the funds go to the venue costs. I have to pay for the venue costs. I have to pay for the travel costs, the marketing costs, and the tech costs. And I have to do that for every single show that I do. So it costs money. This is not cheap. And now I have to pay for costs associated with producing a live stream as well. So that's another thing. So there's costs associated with the production of A Dark Skin Woman's Revenge and my other works on the Dark Skin Activist Tour. So make sure you go and make a donation. And yeah, y'all, that's my take on it. The world's first and only dark skin activist, Rashida Strober, the creator, the inventor, the designer, the architect of the first platform in history for dark skin. And I got those young men in my prayers, both of them, the light skin one and the dark skin one. And I pray that God helps them to find the peace of mind that they need so that they can go on to lead productive lives, because God gave everybody a gift and a talent. And it's up to us to, and I tell myself this as well, and I've taught my children this, don't let nobody take away your gift and talent. Even if it's your parents that's coming with foolery, cut them loose and keep it moving and focus on what you need to do. I've done that my entire life. Focus on what you need to do and keep going. And those young men are in my prayers. And I just hope that they live, like I said, productive, peaceful, and happy lives. Thank you guys for watching The World's First and Only Dark Skin Activist. I am out.